Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Selena Thinking Out Loud. I hope you are well. It's a beautiful morning here in Lompoc, California, so I decided to book an experience at one of the local vineyards in this area, and I decided on Sanford Winery and Vineyards. I went on their website and reserved their All-Terrain Vineyard experience. So I thought that was something different. I've never been on an ATV before, so why not go for it? So let's go. Upon entry, I was welcomed with beautiful smiles and also given a welcome glass of their sparkling wines. This was a combination of Pinot and Chardonnay. It was very clean, crisp, and refreshing. A great way to start the ATV experience. In partnership, botanist Michael Benedict and his friend Richard Sanford were committed to finding a cool climate region and location with just enough heat and accumulation to ripen but not over-ripen their wine grapes. And so that's when they discovered this beautiful landscape here in the cool coastal regions of California. So I learned that Chardonnays on their vineyard is really grown, those grapes are grown on the flatlands. But as we went up into the hills due to drainage and more cooler areas on the property, that's where they grew more of their grapes for the Pinot Noir. So after learning some history about the Sanford Winery, it was time to taste some wines. And what made this really special is that I got to go to each of the various grapevines that produced their wines. That was right there on the location. So the first one I got to try was the 2019 Pinot Noir La Rinconada. This is the original side of the vineyard.
And where we were before was La Rinconada. Founders vines. These are the original blocks that were planted. So these were planted in 1971.
1971 they were planted.
And then after they found out that this was going to make real good wine, they decided, well, let's keep going.
They look to be still doing their...
They're still doing it.
Yes,
every
they
year.
are.
Original cellar. Original cellar.
Okay, original
yeah,
cellar.
Where they store all the wine. Michael Benedict lived up here. His house was up here. And when he first planted the vines, they weren't sure if wine was going to work out.
Right.
Being a scientist, he planted other trees. And so this is his little orchard that he planted to see what would grow really well here. Right. Turns out the grapes grow the best. So they started making wine and not anything else.
So they use goats to clear out brush and everything because they do better than a lawnmower if you have them. The next wine I got the opportunity to try was the 2018 Sanford and Benedict Pinot Noir.
4D, Block 5, Block 6.
And is that out here this way?
And the Founder's Vine. So 4D is about right there in that corner.
Okay.
Block 5 is kind of on the other side of that small little mountain ridge.
Where we came,
Is Block 6 and Block 5. We'll
okay.
We'll see them a little bit closer in a little bit. One reason that this makes such interesting wine, for me at least, and what you'll really taste in this one, is this mountain up here. Thousands of years ago, there was a massive landslide, and it just dropped it just caved down. And kind of came down in this big wave. You can kind of see how it's different, like hillsy, and it kind of waving down. Went all the way down to the river, down at the base of the foothills over there.
Right.
And it just changed the sediment,
the dynamic of the
soil. There's different rocks in different spots. Like over there in the 4D, there's like dark clay deposits.
Oh, wow.
Other places there might be more limestone and different rocks and chert and sediment, and it gives it this really kind of mineraliness.
Yeah, I'm about to say enriching the soil.
Exactly.
The next wine was a 2020 Loma Alta Pinot Noir.
This is the 2020 vintage. And so this wine that you're going to drink comes from that block, or it did in 2020 at least.
Okay. So it came from that block on the left.
Yeah.
Where the dividing line.
The dividing line.
Okay.
It's not a very big one, but makes some real good wine.
The next one was a 2020 La Rinconada Chardonnay. And the last wine was a 2020 Long Rose Chardonnay.
That one long row, R3B. It's a long row. It's about 1.5 acres of property total. So very small considering the 285 that we have planted. It's only 1.5.
In 2002, the Terlato family became partners in Sanford Winery. They realized that the vineyards and winery operations required additional investment, which they provided. The Terlatos were also responsible for reuniting the estate when they purchased the Sanford and Pinot Vineyard in 2007, creating the Grand Cru nature of the estate, always keeping in mind quality first as quality endures. I hope you enjoyed the wine tasting, ATV and wine tasting at Sanford Winery. This was really educational for me, and the environment is so peaceful, and the clean, brisk air that flowed through. It was a really nice experience. So if you're in the neck of the woods of Lompoc in Sylvain, make sure to stop at Sanford Winery, go on the ATV and winery tour, wine tasting tour. Also, they had some other things as well if you want to do various packages that will introduce you to their Chardonnays and Pinot Noirs as well. So if you don't want to do the ATV tour, you don't have to. They have some other options as well. Okay, I hope you learned something. But until the next video, guys, you take care of yourself and God bless you.